Hello, Internet. I'm Chrissy Duffy, and welcome back to more Storytimes, where I tell you stories from my life. Today we'll be sharing yet another story from when I worked at the arcade. I'm actually surprised that I haven't talked about this one yet, but today we will be talking about the pizza oven. Now, I've ranted about the pizza oven during live streams and other Storytime videos and even some other videos, but I haven't really gone in depth with it yet. So today we're going to be doing that. Heads up, if audio is garbage, I am recording this in my husband's car. So, yeah. We're going to see how the acoustics are in this bitch. So, at the arcade, we had one pizza oven. This oven had two belts on it, a top one above my shoulder, and a bottom one that was like at my waist level. You would put the pizza in one side and it would go through the belt to cook and come out the other side. And for anyone who needs more of an in-depth reference on height, I am like only 4'11", 4'11 and a half, if that. I am fairly small in height-wise. I'm very vertically challenged. And so, yeah. As stated previously, all unclaimed food was to be put on top of the pizza oven since we had no heat lamp and or food warmer, and oftentimes people wouldn't hear their food number be called at the arcade. The pizza oven often had one belt that would not work properly, and by often I mean almost all the goddamn time. Fucker never worked properly. It was always one belt, which sucked when you had like several pizzas that needed to be made. We had oven mitts we were supposed to wear while pulling like the pizzas out, but never did. We also did not always have those oven mitts. I think someone got burnt on one of the pizza screens, and they weren't even in the kitchen section, and they got the oven mitt glove thing after that. And I only saw the mitt around for maybe like a month or two, if my memory is correct. Now, when I started, I was only trained on how to turn the pizza oven on and off. No one taught me how to troubleshoot settings on the bitch or how to clean the pizza oven. Listen to that. I started in 2017 and I was never trained on how to clean the pizza oven. Keep that in mind. Goffle didn't even know how to like troubleshoot the pizza oven when it was down for like nearly a fucking week. Like both belts were down, and it was down because the pizza oven wasn't in the right temperature or speed, so the pizzas weren't cooking correctly. Turns out the pizza oven was on the wrong settings. And who was our wonderful, magnificent genius who found this one out? Knack Googled the pizza oven, found its manual, and figured out how to fix the pizza oven. Knack is also the one who figured out how to clean the pizza oven, which, until Knack got there, which would have been 2018, I left 2019, so I believe he came in like 2018, because I know he came a few months after me, and I started at the end of 2017 in November. So I believe he came on sometime in 2018, and he's the one who figured out how to clean the bitch. Not Goffle, our manager, not our GM, Chuck, nobody else. Knack figured out how to clean the bitch. Which, since Knack is the one who figured out how to clean it, means that until Knack got there, that pizza oven hasn't been cleaned. The pizza oven had not ever been cleaned since it was put into that establishment at the arcade. Now, let's do some math. I came in at 2017. Knack got in 2018, and that's when Knack figured this shit out. The arcade opened in 2016. So, from 2016 to 2018, that's 2 years. That pizza oven ain't never been fucking cleaned until Knack got there. So, yeah. So, now, to clean the pizza oven, you had to open the door, slide out the oven belt, carry this belt to the back of the kitchen, and these were long belts. These belts were taller than me. Like, they were probably about 5'5", 6 foot, give or take the height of the length of these belts. So yeah, you had to carry that from the pizza oven in the front, because the pizza oven was up front in the kitchen, carry it to the back of the kitchen where you had the sink, lay this belt across the sinks. Now, since the belt had never seen degreaser or soap in the 2 years or so, like, it was over a year or so it had been in the arcade. It was 2 years. I just did the fucking math for y'all. You're welcome. A good year and several months of burnt crud clung onto the wire links and the belt. Cleaning the pizza oven took a whole shift and was never truly clean. This bitch was never truly clean. A wire brush with a scrapper on its end, several sprays of degreasers and soap, gloves, and more were needed to clean this bitch. Like, we had, like, a special apron and, like, some goggles we were supposed to wear because, like, those chunks would just come off in your face as you were scrubbing this shit off. Like, the burnt pieces that would come off of this, it would come off in, like, chips, kind of like wood chips that you would see for your fucking garden. Or if you were, like, fucking barbecuing or burning shit in a pit. And the bottoms of the sink would just be full of these fucking burnt chips, like, chunks. And I had to gather those burnt chips from the bottom of the sink, which is, like, about 3 foot deep, give or take. So I had to lean down really far into the bottom of these fucking sinks, grab all these chips out by hand to empty out the sinks. And then repeat the process, because the sink would get fucking full of wood chips and the water would fucking drain out the bottom. Luckily, like, we had some super powerful, like, sprayers that made it where we didn't have to, like, scrub as hard. It would, however, as I said, spray chips all over the place, all over you, your hair, your face, everywhere. A few times, a few of the chains in the pizza oven belts, they would, like, bend out of shape, so I would have to fix those links by, like, re-linking them back into place, kind of, by hand. Did not get any fucking tools or pliers for that shit. The main problem was that I had to do all of this while the kitchen was open. And have to go and serve customers while also trying to clean the pizza oven. So I would get covered in junk, have to kind of wipe those burnt crispy chips off, go help serve customers, and if the pizza oven couldn't be used, so I had to deal with that, but I'm just like, I'm also cleaning it, and I'm the only person on this shift. You wanted me to clean this pizza oven while the kitchen's open, but I'm the only human being working the kitchen. And also, if there's nobody at the arcade or bowling counter, guess who has to go do that? Me. So yeah, am I bitter? Yes. Am I going to not be bitter? Probably never. I would like to bitch. Thank you for coming here to listen to me bitch for hours. Y'all are wonderful human beings. Thank you. So during one of my nights off, I got a message from Steve, not his real name. He was a boy who, like, he didn't work at the arcade for very long in our food and beverage department. He wasn't that great of a worker, which is probably why he didn't work long. He was also accused by Goffel of stealing money from the cash register at one point. I know that because she lectured me for putting him on the register. He could barely keep up with the cooking, and it was a rush. So to me, putting him on the register made the most sense because I could cook the food quicker than he was. Only to be lectured by Goffel like I should have known this fact already. Which I did not, but whatever. But back to our pizza oven. One night, on one of the days that I had off, or I had worked that morning or afternoon, I don't recall. But that night, I got a text from Steve asking me how to clean the pizza oven. And this text, I believe, came in at like 2:30. It came in fairly late. I was still awake because fuck my brain. and my body was on some weird fucking schedule because I would come in and open the kitchen, be off for the rest of the evening. Next day I would close the kitchen and then be called back in to open the bitch. So I had a weird fucked up sleep schedule thanks to this job. But yeah. But I either worked that morning, afternoon, or I was off that day, and then I got a text from Steve going, "Hey, how do you clean the pizza oven?" Now, Steve was not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I know a big break of text would be too intimidating. So I did a quick recording on my PC where I illustrated how to clean the pizza oven. I published it under Unlisted on my YouTube and put a link in the food and beverage chat that was just my coworkers on Line. Line was like the text app we used to communicate with our job. So we had one that had all the staff in it. We had one for each department. I was in the food and bev one. And then we had one where it was all of us in the food and bev staff, but minus our fucking manager. Because if you sent a message in the food and bev chat about food and bev, Gothel would be fucking livid, even though it was information we needed to convey to each other. So whatever. But yeah, we had one with our manager. We didn't use it often because Gothel would lose her goddamn mind. But apparently, this video was super helpful because once I got done, I published it, sent it to him, sent it to everybody else. And it was super helpful, apparently, because I was asked to send that link to that video several times. Even after I had left. Even after I had quit. I got asked to send that video link at least twice that I can recall. And what is more concerning about this arcade is that I got a text at least 3 months or so after I had left asking me, "How do you clean the pizza oven?" I had left. I had quit. And I got a text about approximately 3 months afterwards asking, "How do I clean the pizza oven?" Like, I haven't been there. And now I don't trust this pizza oven to be clean at all. Also, it's hella overpriced pizza. And to be frank, I might actually have to make the pizza oven tutorial video public after this so you guys can see it. I had posted it on July 3rd, 2019. So it was like a month before I quit that I made this video and sent it to everyone. But also, there's more shit about the pizza oven that I did not write. It's like pizza adjacent. But I'm actually thinking that text came after Matachi had quit because it came from a different coworker. Like, she was the last one in Food and Bev to leave. And I know why she probably didn't know how to clean the pizza oven, because she had back problems. She would need help taking it apart and all that, which she was not going to get from that fucking arcade. None of that staff was going to fucking help her. And I know that to be fact, but it was fucking stupid. But they've done other things at this fucking place. I was called to come in a couple of times early. I was often called in to come in early at the arcade. But at least once or twice, they told me, just a food and beverage like associate lead, to go to the store, to the Walmart across the street from this arcade and buy bags of shredded cheese because they did not have any shredded cheese. They did not order enough on the truck, or it did not come, or the truck was late. So instead of just not serving pizza, they sent me to go buy bags of cheese with my money, saying that they would reimburse me. And I remember one time they told me that I bought too much. But I'm just like, you told me to buy enough cheese to last the night. This is what we need. And I can't return this shit. But even like the employees at the Walmart were like, "That's fucked up." And I'm just like, yes it is. And to me, it's still fucked up. So whoever works in that arcade, for currently in that kitchen. I'm so sorry. I don't know who's in charge of that kitchen now. I know it's no one I worked with now. Since Oakstar done left, she flew the coop. They were trying to make her in charge of everything. That's a whole nother fucking video. Like, it is fucking ridiculous, all the bullshit they put all of us through. But yeah, if you guys want, I will make that video public. I will, I have a couple of other Storytime videos to read. It's great. But yeah, thank you for listening to me rant. So, thank you so much. Go ahead and share some, like, stories from, like, your shitty jobs or, like, stuff that happened at your jobs in the past in the comments below. I definitely want to talk with everyone about that. Have a good time. Thank you all for, like, coming in, watching, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Thank you very much to my Patreon and Ko-fi supporters, Dymond, Glass, and Micah. You guys are awesome. I'm so excited to send this video to Matachi. I've been sending these to Matachi as I make them, and he calls me with responses. It makes me so happy. But yeah, have a lovely day. Stay hydrated. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.